Hello gamers, Pet here, welcome to another Hat Trick update. It's it's 8 July 2018, it's full summer mode, but in Hat Trick it's week number 50, it's season 56, and I believe it's week number 13, so the season is coming to an end. And if we look over here, danger of bankruptcy, holy shit. Yeah, it's exactly what I have been anticipating last week. And I've been looking into this, and it was a bit of a bad decision out of me. This decision that I took last year, I believe, like 2 seasons ago. So let's see what exactly has happened this week. As you can see, I played the match, and I played at home, so the money income are very good, but it's still not enough. And the match that we won with 3-0. All right, we managed to win with 3-0. It was a pretty interesting. The game itself wasn't interesting at all. It was a straight up win. I decided to play normal, mainly because I didn't want to risk it. There was no point on playing it pick, play it cool. I wanted to have a midfield dominance because this guy who has been outperforming normally, because his team is not really that great, he mostly has defenders and midfield and no attack. But somehow he still managed to win with 1-0 and stuff like that, including the game with me at the beginning of the season. He won with 1-0 if I remember correctly. So it seems that he kind of set up his team because all of his defenders are central, and I decided to attack through the center. And these are the stats that I'm currently having, the stars. And yeah, the main problem is basically this guy who has... I have to sell him. His salary is way too high, unfortunately. And I've looked into this, and considering that I plan on... changing the training to playmaking, passing and then playmaking, there is no point of me on having this guy. And I've looked, and there are 31-year-old midfielders who are very good, and the price it's pretty low. And I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I will have to sell this guy, and maybe the other guy, just to bring down the costs. And another thing that I've been looking into is the stadium. I'm not sure if I talked about this last episode, but basically I haven't updated my stadium in a long time, as you can see here, like 3 years. And basically if we look at stadium usage, you can see that my last games without the friendlies, like the games that I played at home since November 2017, it's been full house almost always, except this guy which was really raining, and this team is pretty poor anyway, right? So yeah, I've been missing up a lot of money because of that. And I've looked at those guys, like for example this team that I've talked about, which is my next opponent and my fierce rival. He played this game with 37, but again it was overcast. And one thing to keep in mind is that this team has been underperforming, so their supporters are very mad. So they are not coming to the stadium anymore, because if I'm currently looking last season when he was pretty good, this is the last game that he played with me. As you can see, 39. So it's a little, but it was raining. So let's look at another one. Not this one, because that's another team. Maybe this game. Yeah, this one is really low. I remember looking, but he had like a pretty good number. Yeah, the numbers are low, but he had pretty good numbers. Weird. Anyway, the others I finally found out that if you go to here, players, you can see their actual wage, the team, and the average TSI. The TSI of the team, and then you can show it for top 11. So basically, this is it. So yeah, my salary is not like the highest in the league, but it's pretty high. And yeah, that was like a huge problem. This guy, I think, has the best team. And if you go to the players, you see his salary is at this number, and basically my salary is this very close, because my strikers who are getting better now, their salary got a little bit increased. So yeah, I'm basically paying a lot for two players. And you see, and one thing that I have to do is try to get it under 10 million, so the strike goes away. And the thing is that this Friday is strike one, and then the next Friday, if I don't go over, they will close my team, which is what happened with my first team that I've run from 2002 and 2007. So one thing that I'm hoping right now is that I'm going to draw a junior that's going to sell and bring me more than 2 million. Let's see. It's crap. Yes, yes. He's very crap. At least he's quick, but he's going to go out of the team, yes, very quickly, because he's crap. Okay, second plan. Second plan is also to sell this defender, who is good. I mean, he is mythical with formidable passing, and he's also powerful, and that's very good. But yet again, he's also having 1 million salary. And I've been looking into not selling him, but if I am to play a 2-5-3 formation, I don't need 3 defenders. It's good to have the option, because I might just play a 3-5-2, because I won't train strikers anymore, right? Even that I plan on keeping 3 forwards anyway. Yeah. If I sell this guy, I will be left with this guy who's pretty good, and he's, as you can see, his salary is decent. And also this guy who's getting older, and his salary is also decent, and he's Titanic, right? I don't need this guy. Why did I decide to buy yeah, I don't know. And if I am to transfer compare him, as you can see, it's about 60 million, and I paid for him 77, which was last year. Yeah, so the finance that you see here, they were not like this. Like, I was left, I believe, last season, maybe 2 seasons ago, when I still had my, I had like the cash at the end of the week. As you can see, I had money. This was before I bought some players, I believe. See, the salary is still very high. Yeah, I bought something here. I think I bought Doinel, which I overpaid. So you see, this is what I was left with. So I kind of had money, but those money ran away in the course of 2 seasons because of the salaries. You know, my stadium was crap, and I wasn't getting money out of that. So yeah, again, I was thinking of selling this guy, so that's 60 million, and it's going to be a bit hard to sell Frizarin, right? Because transfer history, he has been. I bought him with 64 million, but if I am to transfer compare him, you see there are those two who are very, very, very low. Though their TSI, the total skill index, is a little bit lower, so those players are a little bit lower. But I don't see me getting this much. If I am getting 60 million, I will be lucky. So the idea is that I will get something like, let's say that I get 60 million for this guy, but minus the taxes. I'm not sure how much they are going to be. Let's say that I get this much on him, and if I am to also sell the defender, this guy, transfer compare, let's say that I also get something like this, I will have a decent amount of money, I guess. And what I can do is upgrade the stadium and buy a midfielder. And buy a midfielder that's a little bit old. As you can see, I've been already playing with this. A midfielder who also has defending. And I also set it up to also have leadership, mostly to see if I can get a future coach, even that I actually have a future coach. And those players are a little bit too expensive, so that's why I'm thinking of getting this out. Maybe a guy that also has winger, but again, the point is not to spend too much money, just to get something easy, cheap. So for example, I could buy this guy, whose salary is very low. He's also a little bit old. I'm training stamina right now, so his stamina is not going to drop. And as you can see, he has defending brilliant, playmaking titanic, and even passing, and even a little bit of, and even winger. And this is the price. This is the price. And look how many stars he gets. I mean, the stars are dropping a little bit faster because he's older and his stamina is dropping even quicker. But best performance, it's in a match that was yesterday. So his best performance was yesterday. What was his name? I forgot. Richie. So yeah, 10 stars, and he goes towards the middle. But at the end of the even at the end of the 90 minutes, he still gets 8 stars. So for example, a player like this, I only need him for like 2 seasons. So that's he will be like 35 or something like that. Yeah, this is an example of something that I could have bought. But again, the thing is that when I'm buying players, I buy them for the future. So this is why I went for those high. As you saw, the defender and the midfielder, they were like 27, 26 years old, because I was planning on buying them for the next 2 years in real life, right? So yeah, that's why I decided to go for a mythical, but I kind of neglected the wage and the problems that I would have. So yeah, this guy, pretty low TSI because he's been dropping. Maybe depends on how much this is going to sell for, but you see, you can get something like this pretty cheap. Maybe not 34 years old. Maybe I will go for something like, I don't know, something like 32. Let's go for a 28, 32. Because 60 million. Look, this guy. I'm not sure if it's worth this much money, but this guy has playmaking Titanic, right? Passing supernatural and defending world class. I could just, depends on what I need, I could put him offensive and use his passing to get more attacking rating, or put him defending. Look how many stars he has. See, again, buying something like this, keeping him for like 2 seasons, and be done with it. And look, even the salary is not really that high. I also have some. Oh yeah, I also want to talk about this. I've been looking on for how long I should still train scoring until I get my forwards high enough so I can sell the old ones and keep 3 of them, right? Also, Mark Ronda and Morteza Babae played for the national teams, as you can see here, and both of them actually scored. Uzbekistan won with 5-0, and as you can see, Morteza is 2 goals scored. And I've been checking. Where is he? Here, 7 stars. I've been checking the players that the national team, the big national team of Uzbekistan and Andorra have, and I'm not really sure if they will be able to be called pretty much. And I will have to talk with I mean, the reason why I'm changing the main reason is why I'm changing the training is, look, this is Mark Ronda's goal, is because I want to train those 2 guys even further so they will play for the big team. That's the main idea here, because those national teams are fairly small. The competition is not really that high, but those players are actually good anyway. Like Mark Ronda was a bit more expensive. It was 25 million. He was a low scoring, so it wasn't perfect, but he had passing, and he also has specialty head. And Morteza is quick, and for Morteza I only paid 5 million. 5 million, right? Versus Doinel, who unfortunately I paid into a bid war almost 40 million, but he got injured and he missed a couple of weeks of training. And yeah, he's basically pretty in the back. He should yeah, in 2 weeks he will become world class. But again, those guys are supernatural already. But at the same time, those guys are also um, 20 years old. This guy is only 19 years old. So yeah, he's basically not on the list of having a chance for the national team anymore. But I'm still going to train him, passing and then playmaking, and then I will use it myself, and maybe he will have a chance later. I don't know. But he's those guys are my main players. Those he's only secondary right now. So yeah, the idea is that I will train until the second week of season 59. So we are on 56, which is ending. So I'll have to train those guys for 2 more seasons and a little bit. And the main idea is that so Jakob will also be extraterrestrial. Mark Ronda will be mythical. Doinel will be extraterrestrial. Morteza will be mythical. And of course, since I'm going to train them a little bit, there will be a little bit of plus a couple of weeks. Federico will be also extraterrestrial, and unfortunately, the reason why I also need to train it for this much is that Johan will be only Titanic. So yeah, I mean, I do have to train them until the end of season 58. So what's 3 more weeks of training until this guy hits extraterrestrial? And then basically I plan on selling Federico as an extraterrestrial, Johan and Jakob, and then buy a series of. I would have to see. This is something that I've been debating. I mean, Federico, Johan, and his passing is so. His passing is also a little bit so, and this guy is also a bit low with passing. I was thinking, like, how could I buy something like 6 playmakers, but still not sell all of my forwards, so I can train some of my forwards for passing. Yes, this is the idea, right? This is why I'm planning maybe upgrading the stadium and keeping all my money, and then just buy a couple of because if I am to hold those players, let's say all of them, or maybe only sell one of them, and for how much is let's say that I sell Federico because he's quick. Let's say that I sell him and I do a search and I change. He will be a little bit of something like 21 maybe. Let's put him in that, and Federico will be extraterrestrial, right? So he'll be here. For how much will he sell? There is a bit of an older player that's 71 million. Transfer compare with this guy. You see, I won't get that much money, and I've been training those players for some time. But still, if I have this much money plus if I have some scrubs over those other 2 players, right? I will maybe have, I don't know. Maybe I can even get some extra money on selling those old midfielders, like selling this guy who will be 33 and I won't get that much money, selling this guy and I won't get that much money, but basically selling those 3 all together. I plan on keeping Philemon because he's a good guy. I like him. But basically selling those guys. And right now, if I will sell this guy, I will only get like 30 million. So maybe I will get like 20 extra million. So maybe I will scrap around 100 million. Something like this number, right? But only by selling one player and using those 100 million plus the rest that I would have to buy something like to buy something like 1, 2, 3 inner midfielders, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will have to buy something like 7 players, 7 midfielder, maybe some with a little bit of winger. Train them at passing for even more, but then I would have to sell some of them. I could just buy out flat out 10 uh 10 players, because passing is being short passing. You see, this is what passing is training basically. So I could buy a couple of inner midfielders or even some wingers, I'm not sure, train them at passing and try to sell them. And then when I'm switching to playmaking, I will need 3 spots of playmaking off, because what's going to be trained is the other 3, right? So then I will only train some wingers at playmaking. You see, it's they don't get full playmaking, but the rest of the 3, and then playmaking will be mostly trained for the basically, yeah, this is the idea. Mark Ronda to also be trained at playmaking, and Morteza to also be trained at playmaking, even though he's pretty weak. And Doinel also trained at playmaker. And then I will have 3 very good strikers with high scoring, at least mythical and extraterrestrial. And they will also have passing, and they will also have playmaking. And the main problem here will be, of course, the salaries of having 3 mythical strikers. And I'm not sure how much let's actually look. How much is the salary for a mythical striker? Can we see that? I will leave the price like that. Mythical striker with maybe a little bit of passing, if I will be able to find something like this. Let's just keep this. This is a good example, actually. About 1 million. Okay, it's not really that bad, but this guy is a little bit older, so maybe his wages are dropping a bit. Mythical, brilliant passing and winger and playmaking. Now, matches for the national team, but he's not a national team player anymore. Oh, alright. So, best performance, yeah. it was pretty soon, like 10 stars, 11. What was the team? He's also solid stamina, so he's Quat. His name is Quat. Yeah, nice. Nice to have like 3 players like this. So 3 million there when it comes to salaries. And then the defenders are a little bit old anyway, so they'll be like 1 million themselves, 4 million. This guy 4 million and a half. And then with the playmakers, they will be pretty young, and I will constantly train them, and maybe I will still keep the salaries around the number that I'm having, a bit less than the number I have right now. So that sounds like a good plan, I think. What do you guys think? But of course, what matters is if they will have a chance for the big national team. Right now, Andorra national team. Is there any player on sale? No. Matches. Let's see, Andorra, they won with 1-0. They don't play with that many. Yeah, they don't have any. What the fuck? Maybe they changed the tactics. Yeah, they changed and they went into 5-5-0 after they scored, I believe. Oh no, it's, yeah, something like that. So this guy is a striker, I believe. Yes. So 5 stars and a half. This is kind of his salary. But he's old. He will be 31, and he's going out the door. I guess the team will need someone. This guy has never been transferred. Basically, this club has been fully training him. Not bad, not bad. Dedication. So yeah, Andorra. over here. Maybe that's why they don't play. Look, oh, they actually have attacking here. They play with this guy. Is this the same? No, it's a new guy, which is also 30 years old. A hell lot of experience. He has been playing for a long time. So yeah, my hope is that they are going to call him right after this, since I actually plan on training him and not selling him. I don't know, that would be cool. And the same thing with Uzbekistan national team. Is anyone on sale? 27, 32, 20. Let's set short them by age. You see, 27. The TSI is pretty high, so they have been trained, so there is not really a chance of them getting this player in. This is a defending which mythical and winger, titanic, and playmaking and set pieces. So yeah, but again, this is an old player. He's going out the door. He's 33 years old. He played a lot of national team matches. So yeah, if we go to matches and see Uzbekistan, they won. I don't see that many. It's only this guy. It's also 12 stars. 32 years old, so again, he's kind of getting phased out. He's technical. My guy is quick, which is good. And this guy has never played for the under 20 team. So okay, look, 10 stars, 9 stars out of the wing, 28 years old. Again, in 2 years he will be a little bit old. 27. Yeah, this guy is maybe better. He will still be in the team for some time. He also played a lot for the under 20 team. I don't know what to say. Their TSI is very high. So yeah, they also got trained at multiple skills. One downside is that Mark Ronda's playmaking is poor. This other guy is wretched. So I'm not sure how fast they will rise and for how long I will have to train them. But if I want to do a player estimation right now at their current age, so 20 years old, if I would to switch to full training on playmaking, see, it's going to rise pretty fast to, like, if right now I would change in about 2 seasons, right, when this guy will be like 22, or let's say like this, he will be world class, which is pretty high. In hat-trick week, in about here, which is when I planned on changing from, see, so it's not bad going from poor to magnificent. And since, yeah, I will be able to train them for a long time. Maybe they will be even titanic. I don't know if it's only like this, but then again, they will be a little bit older since I'm also planning on training passing. If I would to switch up to passing right now, to get him to titanic passing, it will be, the BC passing is a little bit slower, it seems. So for him to reach world class passing, it will be like hat-trick week, when I would have planned on changing, like almost 2 seasons from now. So yeah, basically I will train passing for like 2 seasons after those 2 seasons. So he will be about 24, 25 when I will start training playmaking. So they will be about here at the age, and it would be a little bit hard. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it, but basically that's the plan. Passing wise, it's not a problem. My midfielder will suffer anyway. So this is kind of the downsides with this whole thing. I will have to stay alive because let's change the song. I will have to it will be very problematic because my midfield will fall down a lot. Like, it will go down. So I won't be able to. My goalkeeper is good. My defenders are decent. But basically, this is the best defense that I would have, which is not really that great. But basically, I will lose the midfield, and the midfield that I will have will be pretty pathetic. So for a long time, I will have crappy defense and crappy midfield. And yeah, that would be interesting. But I think it's like the best way. Since I'm mostly playing this for the training of the players. That's what motivates me. So if I am to take very young, I mean very young, maybe I won't have to buy the best playmakers with passing. So let's say if I will look at solid with passing, at least passable, let's say, with any something like this. See, there are a couple. I mean, this guy is already formidable, and I don't care for that. So let's not look at those who are already formidable. Let's only look at freshly drawn players, even younger than this. So you see, this guy, it's very good in a way because it's solid. This guy is powerful, passable. I plan on maybe paying 10 million a piece. Yeah. You see, this guy, which also has a bid, it's going to be pretty good, but it's very expensive. So I won't be able to get those kind of players. But maybe I will go for. I was even looking at passable players, and I think last time I also talked about getting a player that's maybe 19 years old, who already has winger, who's already something like maybe brilliant and at least solid. Let's say something like this. See, and basically get use of continue trading the winger, but not at winger, at playmaking and passing. So, but I get advantage of having a winger, two wingers in my team, and getting the attack even better. So yeah, that would be the idea of maybe buying 2 good wingers for the main team. I don't know. We will have to see. Anyway, do I have to talk about something else? This is how the series are looking right now. I'm on the second place. I'm playing with Poli Timișoara. The next game, which is a derby. I'm also playing in away, which is one of the reasons why I should sell those 2 players. And if I remember, there was a website on calculating. Let me try something. Because I made some calculations down. Yes, basically this thing over here. This is what I'm going. So yeah, it's going to cost me 21 million to upgrade the stadium to what? I forgot. This is what I have to put in. 40 something. Huh. Basically, I have to do. Oops. I can't use the plus 4427 plus 1932 plus 623 623 plus what? Plus 4427 plus 1932 plus 623. Okay, so to rise it by this much, and right now the stadium is at 31 0. To get the stadium at this much will cost me 20 million, and this is I believe this is like kind of like a good number because I won't be able to fill it for a long time. And as you saw, the biggest stadium in the who has the biggest stadium? 56. This guy. The number of fans that he is having is how much? A little bit more than me, I think. Oh, this guy has This guy is out of the game. Like, he hasn't been setting up his team for the past almost 2 months. I mean, maybe he's been setting it up, but no friendlies. So yeah, it doesn't matter because he's going to get promoted anyway. If not, I will try to beat him. But yeah, he has good midfield and a bit of a good forward. But basically, you see, even he, I mean, it was raining, he got 41 million. Over here, he got 50. Okay, so he is able to get 50. 56, Jesus Christ. You see, this guy is getting a lot of money. I mean, if I'm getting about 6 million, he's maybe getting about what, 8-9 million per match when he's playing at home. I mean, with 31, I'm getting 6 million. So if you put extra 4 million, maybe 10 million per match. Jesus Christ. How much money I've lost over the past 2 seasons. So yeah, I was thinking of getting it to 45 million, the stadium. Same thing with this guy. Not here, the stadium. So you see, he's 55. Okay. Maybe I should get it to 55. Look, 50 on a sunny day. 53 on a cloudy day. I don't know, maybe something like that. Maybe not get it to 45, maybe get it to 52, I guess. One small problem that might be is that since we are going to start losing some games when I'm changing the training, my fans will get mad and they won't come as much as the game at the game. I don't know, we'll have to see. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for hearing me ramble for, I don't know, 30 minutes or how much. See you next week. Goodbye.